The fuck?
Okay.
Good evening, sports fans around this big, beautiful blue marble we call Earth, in whatever city you may live in. Welcome to episode 184 of the VWU Sports Podcast. I'm, of course, the owner and founder of the bar, Mr. Jacob B. You can call me Jake the Snake, JB, doesn't matter what you call me. Just don't call me late for dinner. I am being joined, as always, by my co-host and barkeeps. First and foremost, Mr. Brandon C.
Yeah.
We're also being joined by the HNIC himself, Mr. C. Carter.
Uh-huh.
We're also being joined by our executive producer, Mr. Jose Blanco.
T1 is going on.
No, fair enough. We're also being joined by the bouncer man himself, Mr. Zach George.
Peace, gods.
Peace, God. We're also being joined by our regulars, first and foremost, Mr. Cody Hagan.
He is munching on a chicken wing, I think, or something like that.
Let him finish. The last thing we want him to do
Oh, it's a burger.
Yeah, last thing we want to do is have him
That's
choke
a
on the food.
bagel.
Let him have his bagel. Let him eat. Anyways, we're also being joined by the savage man himself, Mr. Jamal Bedlam. And hopefully more will coming in later on in this podcast. This is a big day. We got a lot to talk about on this. The 22nd of July. Hold on, we'll get to that in a second. We got this the 22nd of July 2025, but it's also a somber day as well because today we got hit with with a massive gut punch. It's safe to say it knocked the wind out of all of us because today we've lost a big member of
we lost the true king of darkness.
Yeah, we lost the Prince of Dark. Yeah,
catalyst of rock and roll,
and also a member of the sports community because his music, it's been used pretty much everywhere, man.
He's lived a lot of decades.
Yes, he's seen his music.
Performed his final show a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, ironic, honestly. We've lost Ozzy Osbourne at the age of 75.
76.
76. Earlier today, he lost his battle to Parkinson's disease, which is a damn shame, honestly.
Now
he went out on top, no matter what the cause is. Remember that.
I have sent you something that I want you to play.
I will. I haven't gotten at the thing, but I think it's fair that we all understood this.
Well,
we will miss the legend Ozzy Osbourne. May he rest peacefully. Lord knows. He lived a longer life than I think a lot of people expected, considering half of the crazy stuff he did.
And us here, who were born in the 2000s or 90s, listen to his music.
Well, I don't know about Brandon, though. That's the thing.
I'm about to say, people who have lived much longer than anyone on this VC has by at least twice a lifetime has probably heard his music before.
Well, here's the thing, because I remember playing some of his songs on Rock Band. I played Mr. Crowley, Bark at the Moon, Crazy Train. And those were massive hits. And Ozzy Osbourne was great during the 70s. Hold on, Cody. During the 70s, 80s, 90s, all the way up into the new century. And also, he and his family was a part of the MTV show, The Osbournes.
Yes, most definitely.
He was also a member of the band Black Sabbath.
Yeah,
yes.
He got kicked out for his rag behavior. He made war pics.
Well, I think also, gentlemen, now there was he did do some insane stuff on stage. For example, he bit off the head of a bat.
Ironic of it all, he thought it was a rubber bat, and he was just going to try to, and he thought he was going to, try to be funny and take it off and say, "Oh, I'm this badass," until someone told him, "Dude, it's real."
Yeah. So it's really unfortunate. Parkinson's disease. That's a tough disease. But
It is.
he
It
lived,
is a.
and
Yeah, go ahead.
he lived a great life.
Yeah,
A wonderful life at 76. I know sometime I don't know how many, like 10 to 20 years ago, he received the Walk of Fame on Hollywood. He
Yeah,
was
that's the
inducted
most
into, hold
prestigious
on,
one.
Cody. He was also inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, deservingly so. And he has made numerous hits. Now, I didn't know about this, but he and his son Jack 8 years ago came to my hometown for an episode for history for the History Channel.
For the Osbourne show, I Want to Believe with Jack and Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah.
Yeah. I did not know that they paid a visit to one of Clarksdale's shops with a guy who was basically making a harmonica, and he wrote a song. He wrote a blues song. And he was playing it in front of Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy Osbourne enjoyed the presentation. He enjoyed the song. So it was really, really sad to see to hear of his news. It's really, really sad. Jeez, if you was an 80s kid like I am, you're hurt. You are hurt. Especially it doesn't have that. Yeah, especially doesn't have that. The day before you lost Malcolm Jamal Warner, so boy, that stinks. But anyway, like we said, we send our condolences to the Osborne's family. We know that he was survived by his wife Sharon.
Who, by the way, was the person that actually made Ozzy sober up.
Yep. His son and daughter. I forgot his daughter's name because she was a DJ on Shazam with Nick Cannon when Jamie Foxx was ill. Was it a couple years ago? I think so.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we send our condolences to the Osbournes. We send our condolences to the family. And
if we're gonna talk about my favorite songs of Ozzy, mines were always Crazy Train, Hellraiser, the original version, and the remastered version from his 35th anniversary one. And I would always hear Ozzy Osbourne on the radio when me and my parents would always drive somewhere, and that was always my favorite. And I would always listen to it in probably school buses when I was growing up. But
I never knew that, honestly. I legit never did.
You never?
So he legit was legit a part of your childhood. That's actually interesting, quite literally.
Yeah.
So
my parents, I music too, so that's something that we all have to know.
I don't mean to interrupt, but we are kind of here to do other business.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
Let's get out of this. Let's get actually started with our podcast.
Let's get angry. Let's get angry.
Let's get it started.
What is first?
Like I said, today. Let's get started because we got lots of
hold on, Jim.
Let's get started with our first topic. Let's get this going.
Time. We have a menu for a reason, and for that reason,
we still on the camera. Pan away.
Sorry. Now, we do have a menu, and for that reason, this is first. The NBA, gentlemen, the NBA is first because there's a lot to digest here. First and foremost, Damian Lillard has gone back home to Portland.
Yes, Damian Lillard.
Sorry, there was rumors of him going to Boston, but one of my friend who is a Boston fan did not want that.
Hopefully that rumor burned by the wayside.
Let Carter continue, because there's a point I'm going to get to.
Yeah, Damian Lillard has gone out to Portland, which was his home and continues to be his home. So basically, he's out for the upcoming season. It gives him enough time to recover, be with friends and family, and then get ready for the 2026-27 NBA season in Portland. I wish him the best of luck. Hopefully by then, when he returns, Portland will be a competitive team.
Now, let's talk about how the Milwaukee Bucks were a failure with both him and Giannis on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
What did y'all accomplish? What did they accomplish when they had both of them on the same team?
How, Sway?
Time
Make
out.
it make sense.
Wait. Time. They did win the NBA Cup, but that's beside the point.
Oh,
Who
you
cares
won the
about that thing on top?
you won the NBA Cup. Congratulations! Is it an NBA Finals championship?
No.
All right then. So that's not important.
Mm-mm.
That's like the Lakers bragging about winning an NBA Cup when you haven't won an NBA championship since the pandemic.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the Mickey Mouse championship.
A championship is a championship, whether it happens in the
You're
bubble
right.
or not.
You're right, but again, what have you done for me lately? This is one of the reasons why LeBron is kind of in the position he's in right now. Because he's not happy that the Lakers are prioritizing Luka over him. To which I say, Luka is 26. You are 40. The Lakers are eventually going to prioritize their younger player, who, by the way, is the reason why Marcus Smart is now a Laker. Because, you're going to build this team around Luka, not LeBron,
Hey,
who is
Jamal,
old.
there is some news that the Lakers are now showing interest in Gary Payton II.
Build this team around Luka. Why not? Lord knows LeBron ain't going to be around for much longer.
True.
It's true, yeah.
Also, speaking of going home, Chris Paul is going home, so to speak, going back to the Clippers.
Yeah, with
Ooh, the Clippers have Bradley Beal and Chris Paul and Kawhi Leonard and who the fuck else? James Harden, one of the greatest playoff chokers of all time. And you expect me to take this squad seriously just because they got Bradley Beal and Chris Paul? Ooh, I'm so scared.
Carter,
They made it to the playoffs, but that's about it. They didn't go any more farther than that.
Yeah, I was going to say, hold on, Carter, for a sec. I just want to bring this up. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage is the LA AARP.
Because the LA Lakers got a was it the Lakers or the Clippers? Got a deal.
The Clippers, they got Chris Paul. Now, here's the thing: all the players we're about to mention are pretty much over 30.
What the fuck?
Look,
that's the freaking Rockets of the NBA.
Wait, didn't I hear a story on Instagram that Chris Paul announced his retirement?
This is his last year coming, and he's playing it in Los Angeles with the Clippers.
What are we expecting out of the Clippers? What are we really expecting?
Nothing, honestly.
I'm expecting. Hold on, gentlemen. I'm expecting Into a Dome to be turned into a nursing home.
Actually, I do want to ask something, right? Because this actually more goes to Cody.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the Pacers.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. We lost.
Yes. Tyrese is out for the season. What are you expecting? Because if you somehow make it to the playoffs, there's no shot you're going to make it to the finals again.
What expectations do they honestly have after what they lost?
I'm lost. I don't know what the fuck to do.
Well, speaking of the Pacers,
this is not a Pacers team that's going to make it to the playoffs. Not without the pieces that they need.
Somehow make it not leaving the first round. That's an obvious.
Yeah.
Tyrese was the backbone of that team.
Yeah, hold on, gentlemen. Speaking of Halliburton, he was on the Pat McAfee show.
What did he say?
And he said, and I quote, and they were speaking about the uptick in Achilles injuries that has happened in the NBA. He doesn't have he doesn't believe there's a definitive answer beyond that of bad luck. Well, Keaton. He's of course he is recovering from his own Achilles tear, which he suffered early in Game 7 against the Thunder, and he was the third player to suffer the Achilles tear in the playoffs and the 7th overall last season.
Wow.
Hold on,
I do want to.
hold on, Cody, hold on.
Cody, hold on a minute. I want to hear this.
I think that there's a notion when guys get injured or when this has happened so many times that everybody thinks that they have the answer to why this is happening. Halliburton said Tuesday on ESPN's The Pat McAfee Show. In his first public appearance since the injury, everybody thinks we played too many games. We played too many minutes. All those things could be true, but I don't think that is what is causing these injuries. Wow. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver has also stated he doesn't believe the number of games or amount of minutes is a major contributing factor, telling ESPN earlier this summer that the majority of Achilles injuries happened in the first half of the season. Wow. So I don't think, hold on. So I don't think that anybody has necessarily the answer. I think injuries are just bad luck sometimes, and that's just what happens. I think that's just what happens in sports sometimes. Boy, he does have a point. You know,
I think I have a point too. There might be a reason. Who were the 3 players this year that got Achilles injuries? What number were the player? 0.
I don't think the number. I don't think you're thinking that it could be some type of a zero curse.
Yes. Yes.
I doubt that. Here's why. I'm gonna go logic on this one, right? Actually, you know what? I have no fucking clue. Honestly, I think it just happens.
That's the most.
Or maybe this is a wise take from Adam Silver for once, and it just happens.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not much you can really do. Not much speculation you can do.
Yeah.
We don't really know. We're grasping at straws.
Unless the team knows how to adjust on the fly, or just have the next person up, there's really nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that Tyrese got hurt on the same leg that he was hurt with before.
Yeah.
So that might be more of a synonym of his particular injury, but we can't say the same about Lillard. We can't say the same about any other Achilles injury.
There is.
Hold on. I got a question. Didn't Jason Brown suffer? Not Jason. Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum.
I was him up because there was. I did say something to Jacob just now on Instagram that he is out of the boot. Look at that. I'm pan my camera, Jose. I'm showing it.
Hey, that's good.
That's good.
Look at that.
He still might
He
not
still
be
ain't
ready.
Playing.
Yeah, he's still
ain't playing.
ain't ready for the upcoming season.
2
But
months. He's out of the boot after 2 months.
But here's the thing. He still needs a rehab.
Yeah.
He still needs a rehab, but the good thing he's out of the boot. He still needs a rehab, though.
He's been on the gym.
He still needs
I
a
don't
rehab.
think. If I was the Celtics, why rush him? When even with him, you cannot guarantee a championship. Take your time.
Yeah.
If you're gonna lose, you might as well accept it, because you don't know what the East is gonna look like right now.
Especially with how Orlando is looking. Hold on, Jose. Especially with how Orlando is looking, and how the Knicks are looking, and how Cleveland is looking.
Also, with how Detroit might end up looking, considering they'll have Jaden Ivey back.
Hey boys, I got something I want to say. It's probably gonna confuse the fuck out of Cody, but the rest of you might be able to get it.
Why would I be confused?
We'll see. Hold on. Go ahead.
Let me get there.
Hold on, Cody. We'll see. Hold on. Go.
When it comes to things like healing, if you take time it takes less time.
Yeah. Western's in a lot of.
You just got me confused.
Well, no, I think Zach has a point. If you follow the doctor's orders and follow it correctly, you have to be patient in this.
Yeah.
And when you follow the doctor's orders and follow it correctly, you'll be able to heal. You'll be able to
Thank
heal quicker. But you
fucking
got to be
thank
patient.
you.
But you have to
Finally,
be patient.
somebody fucking gets it. Thank fuck. I know.
Mhm.
To be fair,
I
I
normally
didn't
have.
say. To be fair, I didn't say anything. So
Yeah.
Well,
So, but you have to
I'm.
follow the dot. You can't rush things. Just got to be patient.
You know, the only reason I reacted like that is because usually when I say that to people, I have to explain what the hell I mean.
Mm-hmm.
to be fair, when the average reading comprehension of people in the United States is at a sixth grade level, that
Oh
happens.
my god,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
that's
Yes.
yikes. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yeah,
Really?
but the teachers.
Sixth
Yeah.
grade? Fucking
Yeah.
Yes.
yikes.
Teacher span that small. Yeah. Good luck holding on to someone to teacher for that long.
I love
Um.
poor people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, well, our dear leader said best. I love the
You
poorly
know,
educated.
I'm not even going to give him the even the worth of being mentioned on this pod. Nope.
Yeah, fuck them.
Gotcha.
Now,
Now,
is there any hey, Carter? I have a question for you.
yeah.
Is there any way that we can see what the Clippers look like when they brought in Chris Paul?
Oh God.
Let's see.
That's well, you know.
Hey, Clippers? Yeah? What exactly are you doing? What do you mean? I need you to take a look at your roster real quick. What about them? This isn't the LA Clippers, this is the LAARP Clippers. I mean, I'm pretty sure Kawhi's dead. And you just signed CP3. We did, yeah. We had to bring him home. I mean, technically, New Orleans is home. And what exactly was the point in bringing in CP3? To run point with James Harden. I didn't say he was going to start. Oh, he's going to bench Chris Paul. A 40-year-old Chris Paul is so much better offensively than a Chris Dunn. What about defensively? Plus, if someone gets hurt, he can fill in. And he's a good vet to have on the team. For what? To mentor the other geriatric players on the team? What, are you going to have 40-year-old CP3 mentor 35-year-old James Harden and 34-year-old Kawhi Leonard? Yes. You just want to become a fan favorite team by having all the remaining players everyone grew up watching all on one team, don't you? 100%. It's actually kind of genius. I can't wait for you guys to see our new jerseys, the Unction Edition. What is it, a button up and suspenders? No. There's a bow tie too.
Motherfucker.
So that's what it looks like. Carter,
Motherfucker.
wait a minute. How do you keep getting this footage? Do you just send Cody in there with a camera? Oh God. Yeah, but how much did you pay him? Did you just pay him in exposure or something else?
Just
Okay.
just stop. Over in the WNBA, they had the All-Star game this past weekend.
Unfortunately, without Caitlin Cork.
Yeah, she's still
Yeah, but she's missing out the All-Star
suffering
game.
that
We're not
groin
active yet.
injury. So
By the way, she wore a shirt that I know Jacob saw.
not she, the entire NBA, the entire WNBA players have a
Did.
letter that says, "Pay us." What's that?
The NBA
Pay us what we
owes us
owe.
money.
Yeah, pay us what you owe us. There we go.
NBA. Didn't I see a shirt that says the NBA owes me money?
No,
I think I saw
we just said, pay us what you owe us.
They ain't paying you shit, bud. I don't know about you. But anyways, I do want to add about the WNBA because I do want to know how. I just want to see how the standings are.
Holy.
Well, okay.
I'm actually pulling that up as we speak.
Yeah.
Here's the standings as we pass the halfway mark of the season.
Mm-hmm. Now, hold on, Jacob. I already got it up.
Wow.
Now, keep this in mind. First and foremost, that the WNBA has their standards. They do it all together, all one. Minnesota is leading the pack at 20-4,
Yes.
a 3.5 game lead
Type out.
over a 3.5 game lead over the New York Liberty. The defending champions sit number 2 at 15-6. The Mercury are third at 15-7. The Storm is fourth at 14-9. The Dream is fifth at 13-9. The Fever is sixth at 12-11. Let's sure as heck hoping that Caitlin Clark gets back because without her, they yeesh. That's the best way I could put it. Washington is
Yeah.
number 7 at 11-11. Same thing with the Aces of Las Vegas at 11-11. They said number 8. 9 through 13 looks like this.
And Golds.
I was about to say 9 through 13 looks like this. Golden State is sitting outside looking in. They're 9 games behind Minnesota for the top spot, but they're 1 game behind.
But they're
I was gonna say that 1 game behind Las Vegas for that last playoff spot.
and Washington. Don't forget Washington as well, since they're tied.
Yes, yeah. I do want to ask.
Hold on, Jose, for a
Sorry,
second. Sparks is number 10 at 8-14. Sky is 11 at 7-15. Dallas is 12 at 6-17. And Connecticut brings up the rear at number 13 with 3-19.
I do want to say Minnesota's on a tear. They're 3.5 games above the reigning champions.
Mm-hmm.
And all I gotta say is good for them. Another thing is poor Connecticut, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah, and I think also another thing to consider is that Minnesota they've gone 8-2 of their last 10 games, so that's definitely saying something. Anyway, on the courts tonight, over and you can.
We do have some games. We do have some games tonight.
Yes, we do. First and foremost.
Oh shit, boys!
We got a good schedule.
I hate to do this to you, but there's another group of friends that need me for something. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You
Yeah,
can
no
go
problem.
ahead
You can head on out. No problem. Take it easy.
Now,
See you, boys.
All right, then. See you around the
All right,
road.
take it
See
easy,
you on
buddy.
down the road. Now then.
Yeah.
Over at the Care First Arena in Washington, D.C., we got the Sparks and the Mystics.
Yeah, that's kicking off the festivities at 7:30.
Stay close in the top 8.
They're trying
Yeah,
to
definitely. This is a must-win situation for the Mystics to stay in the hunt. Later on tonight at 8:00 at the Target Center.
Just to stay in the top 8. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's coming up at the Target Center. The top-ranked Lynx are going head-to-head with the Sky Chicago.
Yep.
I'll be honest with you. A loss here shouldn't hinder them too much because they're only 3.5 games behind. The New York's 3.5 games behind. So maybe.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on, Jose. I think New York just wants to stay hot and keep it close with Minnesota. So
I don't blame.
Speaking of New York,
yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Speaking of New York, they're playing against the Fever at the Barclays Center.
Over in Brooklyn. That game will be be the first of our ESPN doubleheader.
Yeah. Also, later on this evening, also on ESPN at the Michelob Ultra Arena, we got the Dream and the Aces.
Yep, and it's a big time matchup for both the Dream and the Aces. For the Dream, they want to get a win to get that much closer to the Liberty in the Eastern Conference.
Mm-hmm.
Remember
what I said, Jacob? They pretty much tossed the conference out the window for the time being. So we just got 13 teams jumbled up together. That's the way how they do their playoffs.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. The Boggle machine has been scrambled. So yeah, I get you on that.
Go ahead.
It's been smashing with a hammer now.
Yeah.
As I was saying, Liberty needs this win, and they have to hope that the Lynx loses. If they just to shrink down the amount of games that they're behind.
Zach's back.
If they win, if they lose, they're gonna be 2.5 games behind.
So get this, boys. I went over there, told them what I was in the middle of doing because they were about to record something, and they actually sent me back here. I'm like, okay.
I guess they wanted you to finish up.
Yep.
Now, it wasn't return to sender. That's what that was.
Yeah. Now,
it's not like last week. You stay here.
Yeah. Now, closing out the evening.
And then
since Cody's camera's since Cody's camera is not hidden, I do want to ask you, what are your thoughts on the Fever taking on the reigning champions in Brooklyn?
Oh, that's gonna be tough. because if we play tonight without K1 Cork, if not, I don't know if recovery time will be that long or she's out indefinitely.
Just remember that if some, just remember that if the Aces win and Washington win and you lose, you're going down to the Ace. You're going to the bubble spot, and Golden State's going to be right behind you.
So this is a must-win. So this tonight is definitely a lot of must-win situations to stay in your spots. Stay in your spots. So basically, all eyes is going to be on the WNBA tonight.
Yeah,
Mystics and Aces need this win, and they have to hope that the Fever lose so that way they can put them down and they can stay up.
Yeah. And don't forget the Dream. And it's not just the Mystics, the Aces, and the Fever. The Liberty and the Dream needs a must win. The Dream needs a must win and needs the Liberty to bite the bullet to move themselves to give themselves a chance to take a chunk out of the lead.
Chicago is without Angel.
Well, hold on, gentlemen. Hold on. First and foremost, it's a little bit too soon to discuss. You know, must win here, must win there. A little bit too soon to discuss playoffs at this point. But they do need to stay hot. They do need to stay consistent.
Yes.
If they want to stay, if they want to stay in the conversation. They need to stay consistent.
Most definitely when this close to showtime.
Yeah. Now also as I was about to bring up before we start talking all over the place, the nightcap. Oh, at the Climate Pledge Arena, we got the Wings and the Storm.
Yeah, and the Storm are in that same boat as well. They are the 4th seed, and they're a game and a half behind the Mercury of Phoenix. So a win here tonight can help them take a big chunk out of that deficit for getting the 3 seed in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, let me also bring this up. Let me check something real quick because we're a long way from discussing playoffs here.
But hey, things are starting to get interesting.
That is true. And you have to stay consistent, and that's the thing in which many people have to understand. The season doesn't end until the season doesn't end.
September 14th is when
that's the deadline.
Begin.
September 14th. So we just got a little over a month. So we got a little over a month and a couple weeks before we start partying.
Yes,
absolutely.
They have to stay
party and panic. Put those two together.
I'm gonna say they have
once
to.
We get to all,
hold on, Jose. Hold on, Jacob. That's why I'm bringing this up. You have to stay hard. You have to stay consistent. That's all there is to it. We got a lot to talk about. Hold on. I was about to say we do have a lot to talk about. Give me a sec. Yeah, we do have a lot to talk about. So let's go ahead and move on.
Yeah,
to the next topic.
Let's pop the clutch, and get into our next topic.
Is there any news in the NHL? I don't think there is.
We do have some news that have come through our desks as we take a look at continue on in the off season of the National Hockey League. So let's run through the papers.
Hold on, gentlemen. We do have retirement. Jaroslav Halak has retired from the NHL.
Yaroslav Halak has decided he's hanging up the skates after a lengthy career in the NHL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he spent 17 seasons in the NHL. I mean, the goaltender. He last played back in 2023 with the Rangers, and then he spent some time with the Carolina Hurricanes early in the 23-24 season on a professional tryout, but he was released before competing in the game. He said, and I quote, "Last year I completed summer training, but when nothing came of it, I told myself it was pointless. After that, I didn't even try anymore." Wow. So I'm officially ending my career. I would like to thank my family, friends, and fans, and especially my wife, Petra, who has been by my side my entire career. So this is a 2-time William M. Jennings Trophy winner. as the goalie on the team that allowed the fewest goals in the season. Halik posted a 295, 189, 69 record with 53 shutouts, a 2.50 goals against average, and a .915 save percentage in 581 career games with
That's impressive,
555
actually. That's a
starts.
very impressive. Very impressive resume.
Yeah, he has played with the Montreal Canadiens, the St. Louis Blues, the Washington Capitals, the New York Islanders, the Boston Bruins, the Vancouver Canucks, and the New York Rangers.
That's a hefty travel schedule for the pipeliner.
Yeah, he says it's been 2 years, and I've come to terms with not reaching 300 wins. Wow. Looking back at
So
my career, it's been a good one. It would have been nicer with 300 wins, but I'll be happy with 295. Now, he also played for his native Slovakia at the Olympics in 2010 and 2014, and guided
Nice.
Team and guided Team Europe to the national championship game at the World Cup of Hockey 2016. So,
yeah,
I
so
like
yeah, so he has some international flavor as well. I don't think it's gonna give him a trip to
it.
get him to
Yeah,
Toronto and the Hall of Fame, but it's gonna be a hard argument there.
that's true. Now, also, we do have a signing. If that is an extension, Ducks and goalie Lucas Dostal, Dostal.
hold on,
Um,
I'm gonna go stall.
yeah, Dostal. Thank you. They reached a 5-year contract extension. The deal is for $32.5 million and carries a
That's
six
actually a
point
good
five.
extension, honestly.
Yeah, and carries a $6.5 million. A 6.5. This must be a misprint by ESPN. I know they meant to
Was that a
say
voice
six.
crack?
Now, well, let me finish. It says that the deal is for 32.5 million and carries a, and I know this part might be a misprint. No, they meant $6.5 million annual value, but for some odd reason they missed the word million and did have $6.5. So
Wow.
that's business.
A 5-year deal worth $3.50.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, so,
2025 is a hell of a more different than the 1980s.
No, that's the no, that ain't the
Is it
80s.
1980?
That's the 80s. That's the 1800s.
That's before the
Okay, I'm drunk.
that's,
Okay,
that's
okay,
way
I'm
before the
sorry.
great
Anyways,
now.
I'm sorry. Okay, my brain
Now,
is drunk.
now
Forgive me,
also
an idiot.
the NHL released the 2025-26 schedule for the last 82 game season. Remember,
And believe it or not, all 32 teams decided to go unique with their schedule releases. Some decided to go intricate with theirs. Some decided to go old school with theirs.
Yeah.
Wait,
Hold on. I just want
I
to
got
bring
a.
this up. Yeah.
Never mind.
My favorite was the Blues because the Blues decided was it the Blues? I think so. They decided to go NHL '94 style with theirs.
Go ahead with your question, Zach.
After this season, are we getting more hockey or less hockey?
Well, after this upcoming season in the 26-27 season, they're going up to 84.
Oh,
Okay, I'm interested.
so we're
Keep going.
so we're only getting a little bit more hockey, not
Yeah, we're
much.
gonna get two more. We're gonna get 2 more games out of from 2 of the preseason games. So we're gonna get 5 preseason games and 84 games next season.
Yeah, that's coming up in the 26-27 season.
Neat.
Yep.
I got some tater chips in front of me, and since I'm assuming y'all don't want to see me munch, I'm gonna ixnay the camera.
Okay, then
I
no
have a
problem.
question. Well, it depends on what chips he's eating.
What you munching on?
I don't think a lot of you would have access to these, except for maybe Bedlam, the crab chips by Utz.
I don't think they sell those outside of the
Oh, these.
Hmm.
I think they have these in the. I think I have these in shop, right? I might check.
Yeah.
I don't know though.
They don't sell. I don't think they sell those in the southeast.
Mm-mm.
It's a East Coast only thing. So
Yeah, that explains it. Yeah, because I haven't
technically,
seen
Yeah,
any.
Brandon would know what I'm
yeah,
and Jose would
yeah.
know what
You
I'm
can munch
talking
on
about.
those. You can munch on those, dude.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of those. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
that's it.
Have
I'm
a
gonna say
munch.
they don't sell them down here. At least I
No, it
haven't
does
seen them
sound
in
like
the
it.
Delta. Now,
It does sound
let
like
me
it,
go get
though.
back to what I was saying. Now,
Go ahead.
Alexander Ovechkin, he's going to begin his 21st season on October the 8th when he and the Capitals host Boston.
Yeah.
Question: How much is he getting paid if he gets an extension because of his record breaking?
I have no idea. I have no idea what his contract
I'm
is.
looking it up. Hold on.
Now, Ovechkin is at 897 career goals after breaking Wayne Gretzky's record and can add to his total at age 40. He,
Oh, he has
he'll
not signed.
definitely go.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I was
Sorry.
gonna say he'll
He
definitely
has
go
not
over.
signed a contract. He has not signed a contract. He has not signed a contract extension with the Capitals and is entering his final year in the 5-year, $47.5 million contract.
So this could be his final hurrah.
He has
If-
I
he
hope
is
it's not- I
he
hope it's not.
he's been hinting that this is his last hurrah for a
Mhm.
minute.
So we could be seeing the last ride of the Great Eight.
Yeah, I think that if he go, well, he's definitely gonna go over 900.
Yeah, he's gunning for 9. He's gunning
Yeah,
No, yeah.
Yeah, he'll definitely get over 900.
The only reason Ovechkin would stay is if the Capitals actually have a chance of winning the Stanley, which is not a guarantee.
True.
No,
it's not a
if they get the
guarantee.
playoffs,
When you got a
either
lot
lose
of
in the
hungry,
first round or they do
hungry,
it.
hungry teams out there, and a lot of young bloods who's showing promise. Nothing.
And then there's the Panthers.
Yeah, speaking of
Good
the
God,
Panthers.
the Panthers.
Yeah, I was about to say, speaking of the Panthers,
The
they're
champs.
gonna open. Yeah, they're gonna open their season on the 7th against
Yes,
Chicago.
Yeah, but against
Oh, good. They need a punching bag.
Well, last year, this season that just passed, Ovi said, like after this run for the record, he was gonna start slowing down.
You kind of figured.
Now, let me also go ahead and bring this up, fellas, that the Mammoth will make their debut on October the 9th in Colorado.
Yeah, but speaking of which, for what we've been hearing, the Delta Center is just about ready to go with their finishing up their upgrades for the Delta Center. So the Delta Center will be ready to go by sometime during this upcoming season.
Wait,
Now,
What about the Devils? Who are they facing in the opening?
You all have a name now?
The Utah Mammoth.
Neat.
They were going to be known as the Utah Yeti, but the Yeti tumbler company said no.
Yeah. So, what was your question, Jose?
Who are the Devils opening?
For some odd reason, ESPN doesn't say.
Fucking punk ass suckers.
Hold on, let me click on them and find out. Oh, by the way, also remember coming up this upcoming season, since we do have the Olympics coming up.
Next year we are counting down the days to the Winter Olympics in
the NHL will be taking a break.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
We're opening against the we're opening against the Rangers. Lovely.
An age-old rivalry.
Actually, no, you're not. Because the opening against the Rangers during the preseason, but during the regular season, you're going back to your usual hell, Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, you're kicking off against Carolina.
Ah! Why?
Hey, bartender, can you give Jose some Jack Daniels?
Oh, next week. Oh, the week after that, we had Columbus at away, which is fine. But we have the Panthers at home. The first home game, we got the champs.
Okay, easy.
Okay, easy.
Ball change
School
again.
Jack
Hold up
Daniels.
on the
Hold
whiskey.
on, school Jack Daniels. Get Jose a cup of Everclear.
Yeah, get the paint thinner. Get the paint thinner.
Now, let me go ahead. Let's go ahead and get back on topic. Like I said, the NHL is going to be, since the NHL players are going to be participating in the Olympics this year. There's going to be a 2-week break. The Mulan break will run February the 6th to the
Yeah,
24th.
that's gonna be their all-star break.
Yeah, there ain't gonna be no All-Star game this year.
It's gonna be their all-star break for this year.
Yeah. So the Mulan break will run
Yeah, that's why I
February
said
the
this is
6th.
gonna be their all-star break. What do you mean?
Yeah. The Milan break will run February the 6th to the 24th, with play resuming on the 25th. So, oh, well, no, not too bad, not too shabby, very interesting. That's pretty much it for what's going on over on the ice. Let's go ahead and hit across the.
Is there any news on Chicago Blackhawks?
Well, I haven't seen any news from
Well,
Chicago.
no,
No,
I
I
haven't
haven't
seen any
seen any
news from the
news that
Devils
happened over
either.
in Chicago. So,
Ah,
They
shit.
are
Hey, good
quiet.
news is good news. That's
Yep.
what I say.
yeah, let's go ahead and head off across the pond real quick.
I actually have something to contribute when it comes to this.
Yeah, hey,
Go
no, I'm
ahead, Zach.
on my timer so when Gurlock shows up. Why isn't this working?
It ain't working. No, I don't think it's coming yet, but we'll see. Now,
Anyway,
yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if we want to start with transfer news, but let me get this out of my head. United have loaned Marcus Rashford out to Barcelona for the season. Barca have said they will
alone?
Yes. Have said they will cover his wages, and when the season's up, they have an option to buy him for 30.3 million.
33.3 million euros.
Euro. Yeah, you have to remember euros,
Yeah.
international currency.
Yes,
Okay, hold on a minute.
30.3 million euros.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on a minute. Right. So, let me just wrap my head around this because I am still trying to understand it.
Yeah.
Barcelona's gonna rent out this player. What's his name again?
Marcus Rashford.
Okay, they're renting out. They're loaning Rasberg for a season, and if they like him, if he fits in their rotation, they have an option to buy out his contract for 33.3 million
No,
euros.
not 33.3, 30.3, and his name is Marcus
30.3.
Rashford. Sorry, I had a chip in my mouth when you asked me that.
That's okay.
That's
Rasberg.
fine.
Whatever. I want to say Rasberg because it makes it easier for me. They have a chance to buy him out for 30.3 million euros if he fits in their rotation.
Yeah. Now,
That makes sense. Okay,
now
I got my head around that. Okay.
I don't know if Barca's gonna like him or not. We'll have to see when the campaign starts.
But again, if they like him in his rotation, they have a chance to buy him out. If not, then there you go.
If not, then he goes back to United next April
Next
or
season.
next May when the season ends.
Okay. Now I get it. Okay. Again, that would depend if they like him in the rotation. What does Barcelona have in their rotation?
I don't follow Spanish league football, so I can't tell you about Barca's rotation. You'll have to wait for Gurok.
All right. Okay.
Now, let me also bring this up.
If he shows up.
Yeah, let me also go ahead and bring this up. While we're still in the soccer portion of this program. First of all, Charlotte's going to be hosting the 2026 MLS All-Star Game next year.
Let's go.
It's gonna be at the Bank of America Stadium next year. So where we wish them the best. I hope Charlotte does well. Fans come out.
Fuck.
And also, Snoop Dogg is going to now going to be an owner of a soccer team.
Get out of here.
Wait, who?
Yeah, Swansea City.
Snoop Dogg, the 420 legend, the king
Yeah, I
of
just want to point
weed.
this out. Yeah, I can just see it now. Every
Hold on a
time,
minute,
every
guys. I see
time.
a Pokeball that just rolled in.
Yeah. Ah, Garrett. I can just see this
They
now.
got him.
Yeah, I could just see this now. If Snoop Dogg gets this tape, I could just see it now. Every time Swansea City scores a goal, you hear them play the song "Smoke Weed Every Day."
No, no, you
no,
want it? You know,
no,
Carter,
no.
I'll top it. I'll top it. If they win a championship, every team, every player smokes weed.
No,
Hold on. Now,
no,
if they win a
no,
championship,
no, dude, no. But I do want
I
to
can
point
always see
something
this
out.
coming. If they win a championship, rolling down the street, smoking
In a
and
big
Oh my
giant,
god.
in a big
and
giant,
then
in a big giant blunt double decker truck.
now, Derek, we glad that you're here because, and don't worry, this is going. We're going to see this again later on, but we have a tie, so we're gonna go ahead and get this out of the way.
Hee haw, hee haw. You stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
All right, then.
All right.
Have at it, Derek. Because I know you want to get Caleb Porter out of your system. Have at it.
What a fucking idiots. I cannot believe this guy, when he was hired last year, I thought, oh, he'll at least get him. Oh, he won't be a bad coach. He should be decent. He won in 2 cups. It turned out that those two but as the years have gone by, it became very clear that those two were utterly fraud. Came with gigantic asterisks because one of them was because of a pandemic shortened season, and the other because the entire opposition collapsed like a Jenga tower. This guy is one of the worst coaches in New England history. And we've had Doc Rivers in our city. And we've had Doc Rivers. Think about that. This guy cannot sting. He cannot keep a lead. He does not know strategy. He shoves
Correct.
everyone under the goddamn bus.
Girl, can you tell me how much the lead was?
It was a 2-0 lead going into halftime, and then they gave up 5 unanswered goals on Wednesday.
Brother, how? How do you blow a 2-0 lead at the 45th minute?
Hold on, Jim. That's nothing. Derek, who are they playing against?
The team we blew the lead to was the New York Red Bulls.
What the? Okay, hold on. Pause. Stop. Stop. I do want to say this real quick. This is the Caleb Porter special.
God.
I try to line that up. It isn't working. I know Gruck is probably gonna scratch me.
Oh,
go ahead.
Oh, by the way, Gurak, I have a question for you. So going back to a topic you missed, because I started this topic, how do you feel about the Marcus Rashford loan? I know you're not a United guy, but
to Barcelona, I think he should do pretty well. Well, he didn't well during the loan to Aston Villa, so and hopefully be with Barcelona really humbles him up, and he'll probably provide a lot. So we'll see what happens. But
Like
it was
like I
fair.
like I told the boys, at the end of the campaign they do have an option to buy him for 30.3 million.
Yeah.
50
Porter,
rotation.
it has gone so bad that I was at least twice. The fort was chanting "Fire Porter" on Saturday.
Wow.
That should tell you everything.
Wow.
Any coach from a respectable organization would have been fired months ago if they were this bad.
But this is a revolution.
Not
It
the
doesn't give a
revolution.
fuck.
Nope. They still need leverage for their new stadium in case Josh Kraft doesn't buy the city of Boston. No,
Now,
but even that's not gonna work.
now, Carter, what if in the event that there is a tie for Dumbass of the Week?
Then they
Well,
both
there's
get
one
it.
person that hasn't voted, and it's me. I'll be the decider. So I'm gonna actually do this live right now, right? So here are your nominees for Dumbass of the Week. As mentioned before by Gurak, you have the New England Revolution, who blew five goals against the Red Bulls.
Oh, fuck you, dude.
Lloyd Howell Jr.,
Oh, jeez.
who was caught using NFLPA money for strip clubs.
So he used hookers and blow.
Yes.
We'll get to him in a minute.
And then
And last but not least, this man.
You guys
Mike
have
Brown.
Mike Brown. Wrong Mike
Conflict
Brown.
negotiations
Wrong
with
Mike
your
Brown.
heart.
Wrong one.
But I can tell you, are you drunk? That's not Mike Brown.
That is Mike Brown.
That
No,
is.
the Mike Brown we're talking about is the one that's running the Bengals.
Oh,
You got
well,
Mike
it doesn't matter.
Brown that's
Mike
coaching
Brown's
the
a Mike
New York
Brown.
Knicks.
Well, okay, I'm drunk. Okay, give me a break. I'm drunk. Let's try that again.
Okay, time out.
I'm drunk.
I want to let me hold on. Time out.
Oh my
Time
God,
out.
gross.
Yeah,
Hold on.
time out. I want to
High five.
apologize to anyone who is a big fan of Knicks coach Mike Brown. I want to apologize.
You
to
can shoot me
anyone
back in the
who's
back alley,
offended.
okay? There we go. There's Don Rickles.
Hey yo! He do look like Don Rickles though. What the fuck?
Oh God.
How the fuck are you still not negotiating Shamar Stewart?
I told you we'll get to it in a minute.
We'll get to that.
Wait.
Oh my God, doesn't anyone
honestly,
read the
it's a
menu
good thing.
anymore? Look,
Honestly,
let me just get to
it's
the
a good
point.
thing I pulled up the Knicks Mike Brown because honestly, he seems confident. Unlike this fucker right here.
Gary, go ahead and finish what you're saying before we move on to the next topic.
Yeah,
'Cause
please.
I can already feel my blood boiling.
My bad.
Oh, no worries. You can shoot me out back.
But at least the orange and black tie was nice.
Yeah, it was.
Hold on,
No.
are we still in the middle of the dumbass of the week?
Yes, we
No, we
are.
already did it. We already finished it.
Yeah, we got another dumbass of the week coming up shortly.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, that's me.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna go ahead and move on to. I'm sorry, Bill. We're just going to move on to the next topic. I'm sorry because this really began to piss me off. And since we're here,
Hee haw, you stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
Let's let it out. Let's let it out. Let's do this. Because we have not one, but two idiots in the NFL who are nominated for Dumbass of the Week. Okay?
now, well, first and foremost, the first story we'll go ahead and get out the bag concerning now formal NFLPA director. Let me sure I catch his name. Lloyd Howell Jr. Boy, he's been in hot water for the past couple of weeks, and with this news that just came out, made that a little bit sticky. poor choice of words. He was caught using the NFLPA
Phrasing,
money.
motherfucker.
Yeah, he was caught using NFLPA money to go to strip clubs.
Yeah.
So
He did do that.
basically, what he was doing is that he was making it rain over there and over here and everywhere in between. He was just making it rain, this idiot. And now
Cody,
because
we
he
do
came
not
out,
need the gesture. Thank you,
Seriously.
anyway.
Yeah, we don't need a gesture.
Make
But I
it
do want to
worse
ask.
for yourself.
yeah,
I need to
Yeah.
ask. This is
Yeah.
going to be a fucked up question. How much money did you spend?
Probably
Uh,
2 mil. I'm probably just assuming it.
That's a good. That's actually a good estimate. I feel like he's the type of person that would spend $2 million on a strip club. I mean, look at this bald motherfucker.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go a little bit higher. I'm gonna go about 3.5.
Ooh.
3.5 is a good one.
Jacob?
Carter, is there an official number?
I'll let you know in a sec.
Okay.
Well-
He's rummaging through the files.
Well, before Carter pulls out the real number, anybody else got a guess? I want to make this a little
Yeah, come
contest.
on. Let's have everyone do it.
Let me go with a realistic number. About 100K.
Ooh.
Bedlam right. Bedlam probably right though.
Jacob?
I'll say I'll go realistic as well, along with the Bedlam. 150.
Brandon?
At least 250.
250. Sounds about right. All right, that's both a lot of good numbers. A lot of good numbers.
Well, okay then. And I just managed to find this article. First and foremost, and this pretty much covers the entire trip. Former NFL Players Association leader, Lloyd Howell Jr. resigned after an outside investigator hired by the union received documents this week showing Howell charged the union for 2 visits to strip clubs. 2 visits to strip clubs, including a $738.82 car service that took him from the airport to one of the clubs. Dang.
Okay, stop there for a second.
Yeah.
$738.82. Was it a fucking limousine?
Yeah, some car
Probably.
service. Yeah. The documents
Okay, keep going. I have the same article.
The documents are union-approved expense report and receipts, which ESPN began asking questions about before Howell abruptly resigned late Thursday night. One receipt obtained by ESPN shows Howell was picked up in a sedan by a car service at Fort Lauderdale International Airport on November the 2nd, 2023 at 10:26 p.m. The car's first stop was at a nearby Miami Gardens address. The receipt shows only one other stop, nearly 8 hours later at 6 a.m., when the car dropped off Howard at his luxury condominium in Sunny Isles Beach. Now, a union finance worker noticed the car service exorbitant costs. The employees searched online for the Miami Gardens address, discovering it was a Tootsie's Cabaret. Oh God!
Tootsie's Cabaret,
The 76,000 square foot venue bills itself as the world's largest strip club. Full nude, number 1 rated. Oh my God!
Are you fucking kidding me?
I think that's their tagline.
There's more, fellas. There's more.
Guys, there's more. There's more. I'm following along with Carter. Go ahead.
More than a year later, Howard and 2 union employees visit a strip club in Atlanta, according to the expense report obtained by ESPN. During this year's NFL PA Summit on February the 21st, hey, my birthday.
Nice.
Howell accompanied the employees to the Magic City Strip Club for an outing that incurred $2,426 in charges, including cash withdrawals ranging from $200 to $525 from a club ATM. They use 2 VIP rooms. And according to the expense report, the purpose of the strip club outing, player engagement event to support and grow our union. Okay, I don't need to go
Stop.
anymore.
Stop.
Stop.
Stop. Stop.
Stop.
Let me explain something to
Stop.
you. Now,
Stop the
okay,
cat.
business-wise,
You lying. You
business-wise,
lying. Stop the
if
cat,
I'm
motherfucker.
correct,
Stop, Captain.
if I'm correct, guys, if I'm correct, is this on the borderline? Does this count as what's that word? Hold on.
Embezzlement?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Does this count?
I think so.
I think
If
so.
he's using it depends if he's using it for personal use, absolutely.
Honorary embezzlement.
Yeah. If he's using it for personal use, absolutely.
Well, this seems to be personal use. I mean, you've been balling on the PA's money for fucking strip clubs and shit like that. That's why I asked.
Yeah. Now, but that's pretty much it. I just can't believe that this has snowballed completely up to this point.
I hope ESPN finds out what the actual number is, so that way we could all be disgusted at the same time.
Now, hey Carter, there is another thing going on in the Bengals.
Oh, let me have that. Let me
Let
have
him
that.
have this
Yeah,
one. This is
yeah,
AFC North
Yeah,
business.
give it to Jamal.
Yo,
Give it to Jamal.
Jamal just went
Cody, wait a
nuts.
minute. Cody, I have to hear this.
Okay, I'm
Wait,
sorry.
okay.
Give
Yeah,
it to
sorry.
Jamal right
When
now.
Jamal speaks, everyone shuts up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike Brown, I'm gonna need you to step up to the plate here because you are also Dumbass of the Week nominated, and I don't care what anybody here says. You win the Dumbass of the Week because how in the literal fuck are you gonna sit here and be like, oh, well, the reason why we don't want to pay Mr. Stewart is because what if he gets into a crime? That could happen, and we don't want to pay him fully guaranteed money. I'm sorry, but if you had those concerns with him, why did you draft him in the first place? Why are you doing all these hoops and these exercises to avoid paying a player who plays in a position that is of high need to you? What are you doing? Between this and the Trey Hendrickson stuff, are you actually serious about making this team a legitimate contender in the AFC North? Because if you're not, then you're not going to win. I don't care how good your offense is. You're going to lose. The
Trey
Steelers re-signed TJ Watt. They're being serious. They're not going to make it far, but they're being serious. Why should we take Cincy seriously when they continue to fumble the bag? No, this is Dumbass of the Week. This is Dumbass of the Week. I do not care about no dumbasses in soccer because there's nothing new there. The fans are also dumbasses in soccer. Half of them are fucking racist. Some of the most racist fans in all of sports come from soccer or football. This is nothing new, but this is just befuddling. Pay your players. You're about to potentially have a walkout of the NFL season. No, he's the Dumbass of the Week. I do not care.
Trey Hendrickson today did not show up for camp.
Do you blame him?
Dumbass of the Week. Dumbass of the Week. He is the winner.
You know what? That makes a lot.
He is the winner.
You know what?
He is the winner.
Enough. To the former executive whatever
Time
of
out,
the
Jacob. Hold on,
NFLPA.
Jacob, hold. Let me also bring this up because we did bring about Mike Brown. He said a couple of words. I'm not too sure if anyone's interested in hearing them, but this is what he said. He said, we've been here for a long time. It's never going to happen, and that's holding up this contract. From our vantage point, it's a form of foolishness. It just ought to get done. So if he has an issue with this, like you said, Jamal, if he had an issue with this, maybe he should not have dropped him in the first place. If this was going to be an issue.
Yeah.
But this is just a simple case of him trying to pass the blame to somebody else. That's what it sounds like to me.
He is the dumbass of the week. I'm not going any further into it than I already have put out. Stop wasting time.
Okay, enough said. Enough said. Mike Brown, congratulations. Your ineptitude and dumbassery of not being able to sign one of your best players to a good contract because you think you know more than anybody else. Congratulations, you are the winner of Dumbass of the Week. Congratulations.
And
Go join the freaking go join the old people's zone with Jerry Jones if you can.
Now, hey, Carter, mind if I bring up some training stuff if that's okay?
Well, hold on, because I got some news. First and foremost, since this was bound to happen, we're going to have to head off the court. So,
I know to you I may look old. Hope this statement ain't too bold, but here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge.
All right, what do we judge?
Oh, nah.
Now, at least I brought that up.
No way.
No,
now, hold
Carter,
on,
you did not use our sports podcast money to hire a judge.
Now, hold on. Now,
Sammy Davis Jr.
First and foremost, the reason I brought him up is because, Rasheed Rice had to face the judge, and he has received a suspended. I think it was some kind of a sentence for his crime.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Was that it? Both of us might have to walk.
And so but let me just put it this way:
30 days in jail, and 5 years of probation.
Yes.
Oh,
and so,
God.
You pretty much, now the question is, will the NFL suspend them?
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely do see like 3 games.
3 to 4 games.
I see 6 games.
I don't think
Too
it's gonna
much.
go that high. Yeah,
that's a bit too high, dude. I'm gonna say 5.
Now,
Dog,
5 games.
Dog, they didn't suspend Tom Brady for Deflategate they suspended him for like 4 games. You think they're gonna suspend Rasheed Rice for a car accident for 6?
I said 5.
So
maybe
I'd say
because
1. I'd say 1.
So I need to do something real. I need to do this now before or forever I will hold my peace because this concerns my Saints.
Hold on. We ain't done yet.
Fine,
Because
do what you gotta do.
trust me, your team is next to get cooked anyway. So
You know what's going on?
No clue. All rise for the NFL judge.
We're already standing. Okay, sit the fuck down.
I feel like that's not how judges use.
Well, sorry if I'm a little agitated because I have so many knuckleheads and numbnuts doing dumb shit lately.
Am I knucklehead or numbnuts?
I called you guys here because I was told that there were updates to your cases. So, Jordan, looks like you pleaded no contest for your DUI.
I did.
Yeah, and that comes with 12 months of probation and a $390 fine. But the dude makes $3.5 million a year.
I'm not gonna miss any time, am I?
No, you probably will. I'm just gonna review all this and then get back to you. So I would plan on missing a couple games.
Damn it.
And Rush, whoa. 5 years probation, must spend 30 days in jail within those 5 years, and covering about $115,000 in medical expenses.
Oh, I'm not gonna complain about my fine anymore.
And that's not even mentioning how many games you'll likely miss due to suspension. I'm suspended too? That's not fair! Well, maybe don't drive like a dumbass and flee the crime scene that you caused like a little coward bitch boy and there won't be consequences.
Don't look at me, you're the coward bitch boy. I'm just the guy who willingly got into his car and drove really fast while drunk. I was told I have to stop by.
Oh, God damn it! Can this league get its shit together?
You know what? That's fair.
Hey!
That's
All
what
right,
Cookie Crumbles.
Okay.
All right, I need to get. I'm ripping out the Band-Aid on this because I need to talk about.
Tyrann Matthew is retiring from the NFL.
It's not just,
and so is Jimmy Graham.
yeah, it's not just. Yeah, Jimmy Graham and the Honey Badger are hanging up the cleats.
It's not a bomb active.
Not me.
Yeah, so
Jose, do you have a bomb?
No.
Who got
Jacob,
the
please. Jacob, please proceed, because these people don't know how to ignore a thing going on.
Please continue.
Anyways.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, y'all need to realize he's doing his thing. So yeah, Jimmy Graham, arguably one of the best tight ends of the modern era. The dude who literally reworked the blueprint of the tight end position with his height and size. Basically, it looks like a pro wrestler if he decided to play football. Has decided after a very, very impressive career, 5 Pro Bowls, and honestly, he should have won a ring. Has decided to hang up the cleats, and as also former Super Bowl champion Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, as well, has decided to hang up the cleats as well. And honestly, this hurts as well. But honestly, I should have expected it because both men has done more than enough on both sides of the ball, and I respect and I wish them well on their outside of the football world, and hopefully they do much work outside of that.
Yeah.
Now,
but it hurts.
Back to the AFC North. Back to the AFC North Penitentiary, because Lord knows the AFC North loves their problematic players. Mike Green is now officially finally signed to a contract after weird delays, which I'm not surprised given the accusations on his head.
What? Is Mike Green going back to the Jets?
No.
No? He was good in the Jets.
That is not who I'm referring.
My bad, Jack. My bad. Jamal, my bad.
Cody beating
Cody. I am so tempted to cook the Colts right now. It's not even funny.
You can't watch the player to the fucking Bengals.
Anyways.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do it again. I don't care.
There we go. You asked for it.
So, in cooking the Colts, I'm gonna go ahead and make this initiative known. First of all, the fact that Kenny Pickett is about to potentially be the QB1 for the Cleveland Browns is just funny. It also shows how much trouble Shedeur Sanders has attached to himself, which I have been warning people about, because I'm sorry, yes, I know Shedeur got shafted, but if he got caught speeding twice, what do you want Cleveland to do? Give him a starting role when he's been messing up? You know what that encourages? A bunch of tomfoolery.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But if he keeps fucking up, he don't deserve to start. It is what it is. We're going to have to deal with it. He's going to have to deal with it. I don't necessarily care as much because maybe it's just me, but people need to start looking at these athletes the same way that we would be looked at ourselves if we committed these same crimes. And I'm sorry, but Shedeur is a dumbass. Even if he was better than Kenny Pickett, he cost himself a starting job by being an idiot who doesn't know how to not speed on the road. It is what it is. Now, to why I even mentioned Kenny Pickett being brought up, I'm like, Kenny Pickett starting for the Cleveland Browns. It's a lot like Daniel Jones starting for the Colts. The only difference is the Colts don't have 4 other QBs. They just have Anthony Richardson, who is mid.
Well, I'm just gonna say AR is now back on the training field today.
Yeah, and it still don't make a difference because he's sorry. He's not good. When you lose your starting job to Daniel Jones, you are not a good quarterback. You wasted your time.
You are garbage.
You know what the best case scenario for the Saints and the Colts are? Sucking so you can get Archie Manning. That is the only hope either one of you have. Because quite frankly, why should anybody take both of you serious?
He's got a point.
Indiana this year is gonna suck for sports. I'm just gonna fucking say that.
Yes, it will. Welcome to hell.
No, hey Quavo, can we take your factory of sadness?
Asshole.
No, I want to talk
Hold
about
on,
trade
Cody.
stuff.
Hold on, Cody. Hold on. Let me also go ahead and bring this up. And we did bring up about T.J. Watts getting his extension. So let's go ahead and bring this up.
Yes! All right, boys. Guess who just got paid? Same. Me too. Unbelievable. Tell me about it. Garrett, how'd you convince them to give you a new contract? They watched me play football? Washington's been watching me for 6 years. Is that not enough game tape to warrant a contract? I'm also 24, so it's probably an easier decision to extend a 24-year-old as opposed to someone who's about to be 30. This is so annoying. After the first 5 years of my career, this is the least they could do for me. At least the longer you stay unsigned, the bigger your contract gets. That is true, but I want to play football. If you just want to play, then just accept the offer that they already gave you. I mean, you're already a millionaire, so it's not like a couple $1 million in a contract negotiation is going to make that beneficial of a difference in your life. You sound like a crazy person. TJ, how did you get Pittsburgh to extend you? I won Defensive Player of the Year, led the league in sacks 3 times, and the Steelers have a record of 1 in 10 when I'm not playing. I led the league in sacks once. Now, say the name of the team you play for? Yeah, that's your problem right there. Oh, rich coming from a Jets player. I think you meant to say coming from a rich Jets player. You know, because I just got paid. I got it. Terry, if you're disgruntled enough, we'd love to have you over here. You can afford that? I don't know. I'm pretty sure the NFL cap is a myth at this point. God, there's too much nipplage in this. Jeez. Washington's been watching me play football for 6 years. Is that not enough game tape to warrant a contract?
Been there.
That last bit is exactly how I was.
Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson have signed a 4-year extension.
I'm pretty sure that was covered at least 2 or so weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. It was. But I just saw that since Terry Warren was up and about, he did not show up at the training.
I understand why he's not doing it. I also get that there's a case probably against him because he's old, which is not surprising because it's the NFL. But I'm also like, Washington, would it really hurt you to give him another 3 years? Would it really hurt you that badly?
No.
He's arguably the best receiver y'all have. You didn't exactly draft a big enough wide receiver to take his spot. You've already lost like at least 2. Why not?
Yo, Washington's draft.
I was gonna mention about the Commanders' name issues, but I feel like that's just nah.
I'm not gonna mention it, considering who decided to get himself involved in that. And no.
Yes,
no.
that's that the person who mentioned it has other problems on his list to look at. So let's just move on.
Yeah, let's not. Yeah, let's move on from that, please.
Well, yeah, there was some probably news. Matthew Stafford is now back. He's gonna be eliminated to start training camp due to back injuries.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And he is going to be one of the biggest reasons why, if the Rams win the division or they lose the division, because he's practically their guy in terms of speaking.
Linebacker Alex Anzalone disappointed with contract talks.
Excuse me, boys. I'm just grabbing a stretch.
That's okay.
Yeah,
You're
no
good. All right, then.
You okay, dude?
All right, then, gentlemen. Let's go ahead and move on to the next topic.
Welcome to hell. Where the Orioles are still ass. The rest of the AL East is actually winning games, except for us.
Yeah. I was gonna point out before Jamal exploded that Cleveland is on the way to get 3 strikes.
Hold on.
3 out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Act 2 of the 2025 MLB season. The All-Star period has came and went. The All-Star game was a classic that came down to a brand new way of how they ended the game. You saw penalty kicks. You saw shootouts. Welcome to MLB Slugfest.
The swing off.
Can I say this? Can I say this, Carter? Can I just say this? Without a shadow of a doubt, the AO and NO game was a back and forth piss missile fest.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, because you have
hold on. Pause on all of this. Piss missile.
I call it that just because I keep hearing that thing on YouTube Shorts.
Well, you look like you would know what a good piss missile look like. So.
Yeah, boy.
Hey yo! Hey yo!
To be fair, you walked into that one.
Speaking of piss missiles, hey John Jones, I hear you love cocaine. Well, I'm glad you found the good white thing you don't run away from.
Hey yo!
Yeah.
Hey yo!
Off the rails, off this crazy train.
I know I can't, but I'm half tempted to fuck around and throw the flag on fucking Jamal's first piss missile joke. Not,
don't throw
Don't, you're really kept in the face.
Hey Carter, you could say
the
the rails are off this crazy train.
Oh, geez.
No, you knock it off.
Honestly.
No,
They've already been off, dude.
I'm throwing a flag on that one. Flag.
Okay.
Personal penalty.
Carter, please
please
proceed. Please proceed before I get a bit more underneath.
Yes. Now, first and foremost, this is interesting. Raphael Devers, he's gonna play
Raphael
first base
Devers.
for the Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, keep in mind that the only reason why he was traded to the Giants from the Red Sox because he didn't want to play first base for the Red Sox. So now he's going to play first base for the Giants. I have no idea what is going on.
Congratulations, Devers, you idiot. You kind of put yourself in the position you didn't want to be in anyway.
Yeah. So yeah. Actually, he said when he arrived in the Bay Area, Devers insisted he do anything asked of him to help the Giants win. He's been doing regular fielding work at first base in preparation for his debut at the position. So let me make sure I get this straight. You refuse to play first base.
You just bent over backwards and want to be fucked.
Yeah, you refuse to play first base in Boston, and now you go play first base in San Fran. Okay.
Or maybe Boston is the problem.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Red Sox may be asking a bit something more from him that we don't know. Out of the course.
I doubt it.
Because
anyway,
how does one of your better players leave your team so casually to go to the Giants?
I don't know. Yeah. But since we're past the All-Star break,
It's a riddle.
Hey,
yeah,
hey,
I have to
hey,
ask
lads.
them all something.
Hey lads, I'm gonna head out, lads. It's been good.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Go
joining
ahead,
us.
Jack. Have a rest. Take it easy. I do want to ask Jamal something. There's a question. Do you have a top 5 list for teams after the All-Star that are very fucked?
No, I won't bother making the list because, quite frankly, there's not enough yet.
Okay, fair.
I know the Orioles are at the bottom because expectations were way too high for y'all to be complete cheats.
Yeah,
they really are.
Hey,
They really are.
Hey, at least you're not. At least you don't act like the Athletics or the White Sox.
Oh.
No. Look at Colorado.
Oh, and somehow, despite the fact that we have shit pitching, we're somehow better than the Pirates.
Speaking of the Pirates, hold on. I just want to bring this up. Bob Nutting, please sell this team because The Pirates got swept over the weekend by the White Sox.
How do you have Paul Skeens and you're somehow still a shit ass baseball team?
Oh my god.
How is it the fact
Only
that
has
the White
4
Sox
wins.
Pirates but beat Tampa
4.
Bay Rays on yesterday?
And
If you know Paul Skeens, you'd be doing us a favor if you came over to Baltimore. You can't get any worse.
There's nowhere else to go but up.
Speaking of down,
Hold on, Cody. Let me also
Wait a
bring
minute.
this up because we have seen a lot of streaks before. First of all, I gotta tip my hat on what's going on in Milwaukee. The Brewers are on an 11-game winning streak.
That's
Hey,
good.
they're getting
That's
their shit
good for the
together.
Brew Crew.
Damn.
Yeah,
Well, they're
they
getting their
are,
shit together. I'll say that.
they're on an 11-game winning streak, and thanks to this winning streak, they now lead the NL Central over the Cubs by
Just a one game over the Cubs.
Let me just say
Yeah.
this: we fucking lost to the Red Sox. We lost to Boston, and then we lost to the Royals yesterday, 12-4. It's bad.
Well.
It is this bad.
Well, hold on. It's not time to push the panic button yet. We're still in July. Now, when we get to September and you're still struggling, then it's time for you to push the panic button. Now, Toronto is riding a 4-game winning streak and is leading the AL East by 4 games over the Yankees.
Well, it's funny.
By the way,
they're playing against the Yankees up at the Sky Dome, formerly, and the game just started, and the Yankees are up 3-1.
Okay, we'll get to the schedule in just a second.
For how much longer? Because the Yankees did get smacked by them yesterday.
Well, we'll see. We'll see on that one, Jamal.
Now, meanwhile, yes, the Tigers have gone 3-7 in the last 10 games, but they're still head and shoulders ahead in the AL Central. They're 10 games in front of the Guardians. Sheesh. They just got their stumping boots on.
And the Guardians who beat our ass.
Yeah. And out in the AL West, Houston has a 5-game lead over the Mariners, who last night, Kirby, I feel sorry for Kirby. This guy had a shutout going until we got to the 6th inning against the Brewers, and then when you know it, they opened up the floodgates.
How bad?
6-0 the final. Milwaukee.
Yeah, 6-0 was the final by the time we got through.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was just that bad. Out in the NL East, we got a dogfight between the Phillies and the Mets.
Half a game within each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny enough, the Mets are playing right now against the Angels.
There's a lot of games.
And they're on the top of the second, 1-0 Angels off of a Jorge Soler bomb.
Yeah, Carter. The games that are going on right now, there was a lot of games that going on.
We'll get to them shortly. Out west, the Dodgers lead the Padres by 3.5 games. Even though the Dodgers have gone 3-7 in their last 10 games. Shohei Ohtani, by the way, took the mound last night.
Oh boy!
Here's the thing: he allowed a home run in the top of the inning, and then at the bottom of the inning, he got that home run back. He a home run himself. Goes to show you anything can happen. As Shohei Ohtani is a dominant player. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
As you guys have brought up, by the way, Brandon, I forgot to ask you, who was the All-Star MVP?
The All-Star MVP from the Philadelphia Phillies, Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah.
Schwarber alert. Schwarber alert.
And this is history right here, because the last time a Philadelphia Philly was an All-Star MVP, you gotta go back to the olden days, say 1964.
Wow.
61 years.
Oh, fuck.
Now, heading out to the games tonight. First and foremost, like as we brought up, these games are going on underway even as we speak. First and foremost, over in Cleveland, The Guardians are leading the Orioles 2-0 in the top of the fourth. Bottom of the third. The Pirates are leading the Tigers 3-0.
Ugh.
Yeah, they might want to get a move on. No, I'm just saying they better get a move on. This is in the bottom of the third. Top of the fourth, Marlins are leading the Padres 2-1.
Oh yeah, Lone Depot Field.
You missed the Red Sox and the Phillies.
No, you didn't.
Top of the third, Phillies are leading the Red Sox 4-0.
Yeah, that's in Citizens Bank Park heading into the bottom of the third.
Meanwhile, over at Nationals Park, the Reds are leading the Nationals 1-0.
Week scoreless.
Yep. Heading to the bottom of the second. Over at Steinbrenner Field, the Rays lead the White Sox 1-0. Top of the second, I think Brandon, you brought this up. The Yankees lead the Blue Jays 3-1 at the Rogers Center.
Yeah, and that 3 runs comes off of one man.
Judge?
No, it's not Judge. It's the guy
Judge.
after him, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Okay then.
Hey, Artie's here.
Wow, look at that. Aaron Judge not showing up. I wonder where I've seen that before. Hey, Dodgers.
You watching any Chromebook? Nice.
Now, also, Brandon, you also brought this up. Over at Citi Field, Angels lead the Mets 1-0.
Yeah, it's at the top of the second, so it just started. Off of Jorge Soler's solo bomb.
Then at the end of the first, the Braves and the Giants are scoreless.
Actually, no.
Actually, think again. The Giants are up 1-0.
Yeah, they're getting to the top of
Google
the
says
second.
otherwise. Do you not blame me?
Actually,
Google's also delayed.
Yeah, I'm seeing this on ESPN. So, 1-0 Giants over the Braves. Games
Top of
coming up
second.
later on this evening. We got the Royals and the Cubs at Wrigley Field. That should be most intriguing. Should be a most intriguing.
Let's see if Chicago can also be Kansas City's bitch.
Hey, Jacob.
Wow.
Jacob, tonight the Cardinals will not be in Busch.
No, actually, his Astros is going to be in Phoenix facing the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, those games are coming up later on. Also coming up at the top of the hour over at Globe Life Field, we got the Athletics and the Rangers. That should be most intriguing. Rangers above 500.
Yeah, but let's see for how long, though, because they got a long way to go to catch up to the Seattle and Houston.
Not to mention the fact that if they want to get back in the wild card race, they better hope that either Toronto, Tampa, New York, or Boston fall off the side of the earth.
Well, they're close to Tampa, so
yeah.
Best believe if you're the Rangers, you better hope that it is Seattle that falls.
Also over at Coors Field, we have the Cardinals and the Rockies.
No, it's gonna be a Coors Field, not a Busch.
I know. I said not Busch Stadium.
Yeah.
Now, also as Cody had brought up, over at Chase Field, we do have the Astros. I think it was either Cody or Brandon brought this up. We had the Astros and the Diamondbacks over at Chase Field.
Yeah, I mentioned it.
And over at T-Mobile Park, we have the Brewers and the Mariners. Let's see if the Mariners can bounce back from letting
right.
let's hope they bounce back.
Jacob Mizorowski is going to be the one starting off for the Brewers.
Let's see if the Brew Crew can keep that lead over Chicago if they bully around a weaker team.
Let's also see if we get make that win streak a dozen. Most intriguing, very most intriguing. Dangerous team Milwaukee has become. And the nightcap over at Dodger Stadium, we got the Twinkies and the Dodgers.
The Twinkies? What the hell?
Minnesota Twins.
Dog. When has that team been relevant?
To be honest, I don't know.
Let's see. Last time Minnesota won the World Series was back in 1991, which I'm pretty sure was way before any one of y'all existed.
So this sounds like the last time Minnesota was relevant was when they had Kirby Puckett.
Pretty much.
And they still won't win this shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough.
I want to do
a bit of a scoring update. Here. San Francisco increased their lead. Now it's 3-0 in the top of the second.
Look at that. San Francisco doesn't run away from the white. How convenient. Hey, John Jones, you can take a lesson from that.
Now, I do want to bring up something that is baseball related.
Go ahead, Cody.
I mentioned this on the Discord, or in here, that I think Carter, you said that baseball on the CW would be too. What was it? Not happen.
Okay, I know where this is going. The Savannah Bananas are going to be doing some games on the CW.
Yep, this was announced at the beginning of June. Matter of fact, this was announced that the Savannah Bananas will be on the CW nationwide.
The Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. Ain't that
and
now, I do want to say, real quick, because I do want to get off the subject just real quick. Right?
Yeah.
I know, I'm sorry, but I want to move on real quick. I do have something from HydroCam. Just basically what the All-Star game is. If you don't mind, I'm gonna play it.
Okay.
Carter,
Bring it up. Bring it up.
I don't know if Carter's still here.
I'm still here. Oh.
All right, there we go.
Always had the home runs.
Guess who?
William Knifematch. He's hitting 280 this year. He's showing off that home run power here. Mize the kill.
Slow down, baby.
1-2. High fly ball to deep right center field. Corbin Carroll leans into this one. Now it's my turn. Brent Rooker. I have a surgeon. To hit. Fastball is hit hard in the air to left center field. Back goes Stowers. It is gone. God damn it!
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Past the mound. Get his teammate in from third, and it's a 6-4 game.
Look at him choke!
Last hope.
Oh, great heavens! For the love of God! Please!
2-2. Puts it in play. Left side. Gonna be a this game is tied. Home run swing off.
I think we all know where this is going, so let's just skip to the end.
Yeah. In the air, headed towards the wall, and
Oh, fucking do it again.
he said if he could get it on his first swing, and he did. Swarms at the All-Star game.
Oh, fucking do it again.
In the game, NL has
Oh, shit!
Don't do it!
Finish him,
Daddy!
With the hat trick! Look out, Chop House!
Let's go!
How the
All hail the swarm bombs!
Yeah, thank you for the
Jose,
headphone warning because
Jose,
if you are wearing headphones, we do apologize for ruining your
Yes,
eardrums.
I should do that because I played it.
Exclusively blame Jose. He will be taking full blame.
Yes, I will, and I will be in the back.
Send him your medical bills.
I said him. Fuck you. Now,
No. You know where Jose is gonna probably
Actually, I'll take this back.
probably
No,
gonna
no,
sniff
no.
the funky
No,
trash.
Gentlemen.
Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And also,
Yeah, hold on, Jose. Ladies and gentlemen. If this episode has caused you to have some hearing loss, please make your bill out to Jose Blanco.
No,
out
Cody
in
Hagan.
Hoboken, New Jersey.
You're dodging me! You're dodging me! No! Sorry, I have to read it because I don't want to be doxxed.
Not me.
Yeah, send it to Jose Blanco.
I want to be doxxed on this podcast. Carter, not you.
We send it on behalf of the New Jersey Devils so they can let him down one more time.
We're gonna go ahead and
Yes, because I just want to make it clear. That is what made Kyle Schwarber the All-Star MVP.
Yeah.
And I'm not surprised
Oh.
that Brent Rooker actually did a thing.
Oh, the NL made the AL look like shit. Who would have guessed?
Yeah. But I'm more
It
surprised
is
that
a
Brent
crazy
Rooker
part.
actually
Do
did a
you,
thing.
do you realize this? I saw this on Instagram, and I sent this to Jacob. Do you realize who had that concept first?
Oh.
It was Justin Turner of the Cubs.
Ooh. Hell yeah! And also, it was announced today. It was a couple days ago. The All-Star Game next year will not be going to Chicago. Sadly, the rumors were not true. They were, I guess, debunked. They're going to be going to Philadelphia.
Let the bell go down next year. But,
yeah, they're going to go to Philadelphia.
Is where it's going to be.
They're going to go to Philadelphia so that people know what a winner looks like.
Artsy, no, Jose found that on Instagram with TikTok. It might be on YouTube.
I think it's on. I'm checking on Insta. I think it is.
And yeah, so next year it's going to be in Philly, but 2027 is going to be in Wrigley.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, look at that. They want to take the show to Philly so they can show the Chicago, hey, this is what an actual threat looks like.
All right, then.
Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and tie a bow on this show.
Yeah, don't.
What did we learn on the show tonight, Greg?
What did we learn?
Come on, why does Manny have to be struck by lightning?
What did we learn on this show? The AFC North loves to torture themselves.
That's
Yes,
nothing
they
new.
do. They're
Yes, it is on YouTube. RT.
You know what? It makes a lot of sense. The AFC North is the crabs in the bucket of the NFL.
Well, actually, what we learned is that there are some folks in the AFC North that apparently love to drop the soap in prison. Yeah, I just want to bring that up.
Well, hold on. Let's not say that, considering the history of some of those people in AFC North, especially Justin Tucker, who this was not mentioned, but it unfortunately is a thing I have to mention. There's talks that he could come back
to Baltimore.
Where?
Yes.
No, he was released by Baltimore.
No, he's coming back.
There's talks that he could come back, depending on the state of our kickers.
God. Why? Hold on. No, stop. Why would you take that risk again?
Because the NFL loves nothing more than problematic players who commit horrible, brutal crimes and love to take advantage of the fact that you give them a chance and we can make money off of you. This is nothing new at all. Look at Deshaun Watson. Look at Ben Roethlisberger. Look at Robert Kraft, the originator of the bad touchy massage.
Oh my God,
that's true.
Let me just put it this way. I'm pretty sure there's some teams in the AFC North that love to torture their fans. They must be dominatrix on the side.
Okay.
Let me also go ahead and bring this up. First and foremost, boy, this is too funny. The Cookie Monster is going to be the Grand Marshal for the Brickyard 400.
Carter,
What?
I'm shocked as everyone else here. What the actual hell?
Hold on. Pause all of this.
What?
Pause everything.
The Cookie Monster is doing what?
He's the
Being the
Grand
Grand
Marshal
Marshal.
for the Brickyard 400.
Is this racing?
He is going to give the command.
Jamal,
I believe.
All right, time to pull out my inner, deepest, most black man possible.
Here we go.
So you want me to watch this sport, which has a bunch of people making left turns, while the Cookie Monster is seeing over this race? This is what happens when PBS gets defunded. Please refund PBS right away.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
What's next? We're gonna have
I
Elmo.
learned that.
Hold on,
I
wait a minute.
learned
Time
that.
out. Time out. What's next? We're gonna have Elmo be at the strip club at the strip pole looking for.
No, too far!
No! Yo!
You shut up! You shut your mouth, boy!
God.
Hey Elmo, toot that ass up to the strip club.
Come on, God, you are worse!
You yelling is only gonna make me double down and make more jokes. So please, give me ammunition.
Well, that's nothing. We haven't said anything about Big Bird, where he might end up.
Nah,
Yeah, Big
he's
Bird.
hibernating to wherever the hell he's going.
Big Bird. Big Bird might be a giraffe. Big Bird might be a giraffe fleshlight.
Yeah. I can see this now.
Just finish this fucking thing
Hold
up.
on. I can see this now. Come to our club and see why they call him Big Bird.
Oh wait, hold on. No, since he's old, he could be a mascot for the Clippers.
Okay.
I
think something. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost.
Just get up already, please.
Where are we?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.
Hey, God, just shut up.
If you are watching this week's episode of the Gamer Sports Podcast, please.
If we have another one, because I don't know, we might be canceled again. Thanks, Jamal. Hey, you too, Carter. You are accomplice too. Now,
Hold on, Jose. Shut your ass up and get in that Elmo costume and twerk in the strip club.
I wish I had the strip music here and we see Jose do it. But
no.
Drop and give them women 50 of that ass. And I almost said a certain word.
Look, if you like what you saw in this video, please like this video, share this video, and if you want to be notified for what we do, please, by all means, hit the bell.
I think Jose is
Somebody get it, please.
Yeah, Jose is coming somewhere.
I think. Yeah.
I broke him. How lovely.
no, you didn't. Say my dad walked into the room, and now I'm seriously annoyed.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule joining us here this evening. We're going to go ahead and close up shop here before Jose suffers a stroke.
Jacob, please take it away before we lose our shit here.
Please, I want to get the
yes,
commentating.
please.
Thank you. He left. Please. Thank God, he left.
Go ahead.
Okay, let's
home,
end
Jacob.
this, please.
Take us home.
Thank you.
Please take us home.
Thank you. This episode decided to turn upside down and inside out faster than you could say no, but I kind of expected it because this is what we've been doing for almost 200 episodes. We're getting there. We're 16 away.
Hold on, Jacob. I just want to point this out. You say no, when it's really yes.
No, you stop.
Oh, Carter.
I thought we were done.
Carter, look at what Artie said. This is
I
what
thought we were fucking done.
Funded. What's next? NPR reporters on the sidelines of a football game?
No.
Just take us home, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. As I was saying before I got interrupted. Yeah, like I said.
This is the funniest.
Yeah, as I was saying. As I was saying, we're deep in July. We're just about to wrap up the month. It's safe to say this month has gone to hell in a basket. And honestly, we're just
Go ahead, Jacob. You okay?
Yeah, as I'll say, yeah. So safe to say, trust me when I say this month is not going to be over by a long shot. It's going to get crazier by the minute. Okay. with the MLB doing a thing, is MLB doing their thing, and of course the NFL and all the other big three doing their all season. And some tells me it's going to get crazy about a second. and good God, we're going to go to hell sooner or later. But I don't care. We're getting a good ride. Good ride anyway.
Where are we in hell? It's called America. Anyways.
Yeah. But
hold on, wait a minute. All we need is a bottle of baby oil. We'll be in business.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, enough. But like I said, if you enjoy the madness that's what's going on and this shit, then please do us all a favor and subscribe to the VW Sports Podcast channel. And if you like what you saw from this insanity of episode 184, then do us all a favor and like this video and share it across all social media platforms. That being, of course, Facebook, Twitter, and Blue Sky. They let you do it. We don't touch Instagram and TikTok for two reasons. One, Instagram is too toxic, even for us, by some shocking.
Instagram is just meh, honestly.
By some way, shape, or form. And TikTok is TikTok. And if you want to be notified when we go live, which is every Tuesday, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, on our YouTube channel, then please do us all a favor and hit the bell. And you'll be notified when we go live and on the air. Oh, big news. Oh, before we go off the air, I got some big news from reports. Our fantasy football league for our boys on the Discord is now getting ready to serve up. We have some openings available. So if you want to join in on the insanity of fantasy football, please hit up our boy Carter to get the league name and password and come join us in fantasy football this coming season. But until then, we need to go rest up and go continue the madness that is, of course, the Major League Baseball season. So, for our boys,
and not
Cody.
to mention recovering from this episode.
Yes, that too. For our boys, Cody, Zach,
train wreck. I love
and Gurok, for our executive producer, Jose, and for my boys, Brandon and Carter. This is JB. We are signing off. We will see you guys next week for episode 185 of the VWU Sports Podcast. Until then, this is JB, and we hope you have yourselves a good night!
Everybody,
Holy hell.
finally arrived. The great Ozzy Osbourne, aka the Prince of Darkness, one of the greatest rock and roll frontmen to ever live, has passed away at the age of 76. Ozzy Osbourne had a music career spanning over 6 decades and was nothing short of legendary, starting off with being...
Sorry, I had to cut it there.
You and I need to chat.